But I have a few thank yous first, before we get on to the program itself. And I want to thank the Jewish Seniors Alliance, which is an advocacy group within the Jewish community, and its president is Serge Haber, who's sitting right here. You must stand up here, Serge, just to recognize. And this is actually the office and home of the Jewish Seniors Alliance, right across the hall. And as a matter of fact, they're putting on a workshop that's a forum called Aging for Dummies. And it's at the table outside the hall over here. And you'll find also copies of The Remaining Light, which is a video about circumstances of elders at different stages in their lives and what happens when they need care and get in the care system. So I got involved in this, by the way, after seeing The Remaining Light. I was so tired of hearing what's wrong with the system. I mean, I was a gerontologist for 30 years, and then I retired and I left that field. I thought, that's it, I'm finished. And then I saw Remaining Light and I thought, oh God, this is deja vu. I mean, I don't want to hear this anymore. So I said, what can we do positively? What's interesting is the time is ripe, everybody's talking about it, everybody wants to do it. The need for bringing support services to the elder in his or her home, to have a community-based healthcare service. So why don't we have it? And then I thought, this doesn't make sense. Everybody knows people want to stay in their homes. Nobody wants to go into a nursing home unless they absolutely have to. So what's wrong? And the more I started to look into it, I thought, we could do better than this. And I'm personally a very political person. I spent much of my time doing community development, much of my life. I understand what that takes. And I thought, if we could build some grassroots support for what we want, there's a provincial election in May 2013. If we could do that, we'll make it a priority. We'll push the government, we'll push whoever wants to be the government into saying, this is what we want, and we demand it. And so that's how I started integrated care advocacy. So I have about 20 to 25 volunteers. Many of them are well-trained. They have speaker's notes, they have a package, and they sort of say, have speech, we'll travel. So if you know seniors groups that would like someone to come and talk to their group, and what we're trying to do is after we speak, we'd like to leave a liaison person with that group who will stay in contact with Integrated Care Advocacy, ICA. And that way, a couple of months before the election, we'll start to really activate pressure and make sure that they can hear the seniors' voice, and a lot of voices saying, this is what we want. So, and that's the aim of my group, and that's how I got involved in all of this. We need a one-stop shop. And the other thing, I think, I attended the meetings of the ombudsperson. It made quite a splash in the gerontology circles and among seniors. And basically, it was saying, you can't access the system. That's all they got is a website, which I don't know how to use, and an automated telephone number, which gives you a lot of press 1, 2, 3, 4, up to, I don't know, 6 or whatever. And I don't know where to turn. So what we were really looking about when we talk about integrated care, we're looking at a one-stop shop which says, you have access to this. This is where you go. And you put out leaflets or pamphlets or whatever, who to contact, where to contact, wherever seniors go. Community centers, doctors' offices, groups where there are seniors, religious institutions, wherever seniors go. And that's how they get the information. And then what we realized also is the key to having it integrated is you gotta have one person who knows how to assess what the person needs and knows what the resources are and how to direct them and how to arrange for that. And that one person is usually called a case manager. And so that's where we started to go with it. We also need, the more I learned about it, the more I learned that every medical discipline works within their own discipline. So how do you get a doctor and a nurse or a nurse practitioner and an OT or a nutritionist, how do you get them all working together? So the whole, or not one doctor, maybe 3 different kinds of doctors. How do you get a collaborative model? So this is all the things that we're talking about when we talk about integrated care. There's a seat right here, or back, or one over there. Okay. So a lot of people say, well, if we had community-based home support services, we would save money. I'm not sure we would save money. We would reallocate the funds. We would get a better bang for our buck. And we may not get it right away. It may take time to see that your money is more wisely spent if you spend it this way than the other way. So we're not really, I don't think we should always claim that this is a cheaper way of providing a service. But what it will do is it will give services to seniors with a dignity, and it will enhance the quality of life of seniors. And that's really what we were aiming for. So that's about all I have. This is where I come from. So I'm just giving you my background and what ICA does or can do or hopefully will do. This is our aim. So now we have 4 panelists up here. We're going to kind of do it in a round table. So they each have about 10 minutes or so to describe the program. I should say one, why did we pick these 4? We picked these 4 because not only are they nice people, because it's not pie in the sky. We want you to see that people are doing integrated care, community-based integrated care, that there are projects going on, and they're very exciting. And hopefully it will tease your imagination and excite you as to the potential of what we could do if we wanted to provide community-based home support services. So, so that's who these people are. Shannon is way over to my right, and Shannon is the Executive Director, Home and Community Care of Vancouver Coastal Health. And then we have Anne Chisholm, and Anne is the Director of Community and Residential Services in the Northern Regional Health Authority, which is also doing some exciting work there. And then we have Michelle Jessup, who's the Manager of Choice. And you have to listen to, this is a different program, quite unique. It's patterned a little bit after the PACE program in the states which I visited, which just blew me away. And then we have Dr. John Sloan. And we don't have the intro for him, so I'm going to introduce. So John Sloan is really one of the founders at the beginning of Home Vive, a very unique program. I'll let him tell you about it. But he wrote a very interesting book called The Bitter Pill. And I have to tell you that the philosophy of what guides him is that seniors do better. Seniors with multiple chronic problems, very frail, with all kinds of complex situations, do much better at home. And the services can be provided at home. And that's what he started. So then they'll tell you all about it. So maybe we'll start with Shannon. Describe your program and tell us also the strengths and the limitations and